Hello, welcome to Yoga with Alexandra. I'm Alexandra, aka Flower Yogi. Thank you for rolling out your mat today. We'll be doing a nice 30-minute or so flow where we'll be energizing the body and activating our strength and our breath. So we'll get started in a seat, finding a nice comfortable place to land, crossing the legs if that feels good. Closing the eyes, allow the backs of the hands to rest on the knees, index finger to thumb in chin mudra, or you can bring the palms face down if you want a little more grounding in the body. And we'll start by tapping into that yogic breath, inhaling in through the nose, feel the belly expand, chest expands. And on the exhale, out through the nose, belly softens, chest softens. Really emphasizing the expansion of the belly on the inhale, so we're pulling the diaphragm down, expanding through the lungs, the rib cage. And on your exhale, squeezing all the air out of the lungs. Empty completely before we fill again. And as you breathe here, I invite you to just observe what's present in the body and the mind. Taking note of any sensations, any points of tension, and just witnessing them. We'll take another 5 or so deep breaths in and out. And after your last exhale, on our inhale, we'll reach the fingertips up to the sky. Look up at the palms as they kiss together. Inhale. And as you exhale, turn over to your left. Right hand comes to the left knee, taking a nice twist through the body. That left hand can come behind you for a moment, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Keeping the right hand where it is, so torso kind of stays turned in this direction. On the inhale, we'll reach up with that back hand, that left arm towards the sky. And as you exhale, looking down at your right knee, so we're bringing that left hand over to the right, and we turn our gaze down towards the floor. Inhale, lift up through that left hand, look up at the sky, still a nice big side body stretch. Exhale, turning towards the ground, towards that right knee. Inhale, reach up, lift and lengthen through the left side body. Exhale, nice twist, look down. Take 3 more on your own, inhaling to rise up, reaching over and up with that left hand, and exhaling, folding in. Still keeping that right hand anchored on the left knee. Inhale. Take 1 more. And on the next inhale, we lift up, hold for a moment, hold for and stay for the exhale. And inhale, coming back through center, gently unwind, release the hands to both sides. We'll do that on the opposite side, inhaling, both arms reach up. Exhale, turn and twist towards that right knee, left hand to the outside of the right knee or thigh, and then our right hand comes behind. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. Inhale, turning, looking over that back shoulder. Stay, twist. And on the inhale, we lift up through that left hand. Right hand stays where it is, reaching up and over towards the left. Exhale, looking down. Bring your right hand to the left knee. Look at the ground. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, fold and twist. Moving with your breath. Every inhale, imagine you're lengthening, growing through the side body. And every exhale, just pushing out that air, twisting through the abdomen. Take 2 more. Inhaling. And exhaling completely. Last one. And on our next inhale, lift up through that right hand, reaching up and over, stretch through the right side body. And gently coming back to center, release the arms. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. And exhale, folding forward. Reaching the hands forward on the mat or the ground in front of you. This nice stretch through the back, anchor down through your hips, your sits bones, release the head, release the elbows. And on your inhale, start to walk the hands in towards your center and come onto all fours. You can roll over the knees or just get to all fours, however suits you best. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, finding our cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, round. Moving at your own pace, your own rhythm here. Finding whatever movement feels good in your body today. Maybe that's taking the hips side to side or drawing circles. Just syncing your movement with your breath. Beautiful, coming back to center. Crown of the head pulls away from the tailbone, gazes down at the ground, and then we'll bring our right foot behind us, pressing into the heel. Toes are curled under, leg nice and long, just rocking forward and back a few times. Staying strong through the arms. Notice if you're kind of softening through the elbows. Try to really stay active here, pressing down through all of your fingertips, through the palms. And coming to center, we'll bring our left hand reaching forward like you're shaking somebody's hand, arm in line with the ear. Lift that right leg. So we've got opposite arm and leg reaching out long. Try to maintain that long line. Abdomen pulls in towards the spine. Deep breath in. On the exhale, elbow to knee, hug it all in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Really rounding through the spine on your contraction. On the inhale, maybe you have a slight arch through the spine as the heel and the hand lift up towards the sky. Sync your breath and your movement. Take 3 more. You decide the pace. I always invite people to move a little slower than it might feel comfortable. We tend to rush through things and not really savor the practice, each movement. And on our last exhale, we'll hug everything in, squeeze, 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 knee to elbow, and then replant the hand and the knee. Beautiful. Shimmy side to side, or find any movement. Maybe flipping the back of the right hand onto the mat so we can kind of stretch the wrist a little bit. And then replant. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips if you moved a little bit. And then we will send the left leg long, rocking back and forth through that extended leg. Stretching the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. Try to turn your elbow creases forward. Beautiful. Come back to center, to stillness, and then reaching that right arm forward in front of you like you're shaking someone's hand. And then we'll lift that left heel. Nice long line from the fingertips down to the bottom of the left foot. Inhale, look forward, reach. Exhale, squeeze it all in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, maybe arch through the spine. Exhale, round, hug it all in. Move with your breath. Staying focused on that yogic breathing in and out through the nose. Belly expands as we breathe in, contract and squeeze everything out as we exhale. Take 3 more. Getting strong, lighting up the core, the abdomen. On our last exhale, we'll squeeze it all into center. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale. Bring the hand and the knee down. Beautiful. Knees nice and wide. Big toes to touch, and send the hips back to the heels. Walk the hands forward and melt the head to your mat. Rolling side to side. And see if you can take the next couple breaths in a place of stillness. Nice and slowly, when you're ready, start to press into the hands, lift the head, coming back to tabletop. Walk the hands forward, curl the toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet here in your first down dog of the day, stretching the backs of the legs. Shake the head, yes and no. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the heels high, look forward, bend the knees, and on the exhale, tiptoe your way to the top of the mat, feet in between the hands. So in our forward fold here, we'll bend the knees generously, allow the arms to be heavy, maybe the fingers come down to the toes, maybe they're just dangling above the earth, that's okay. Shake the head, yes and no. Release any tension through the shoulders, through the neck. And on an inhale, halfway lift, long spine, hands come to the tops of the thighs, really pressing the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Pull the elbows together at the rib cage, and exhale, fold. On an inhale, roll up or sweep the arms overhead, whatever works for you. Nice, tall, big stretch through the spine. And exhale, hands come down at your sides. Inhaling. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down to frame the feet. Inhale, right toes step back, lower the knee. Look forward, low lunge, sink into the hips. Really enjoy this place here. Feel what's going on in the legs, the hip flexors. Taking a deep breath in. And on an exhale, pulling back through that left hip, straighten the left leg. Point and flex the toes. And we'll roll back onto that left foot. Plant the right hand, lift the right knee, big stretch up towards the sky with the left arm. Open up, twist. And exhale, hand comes down. Stepping back through the left foot, high plank, really pressing away from the mat. Heels pull back, crown of the head pulls forward. Stay here, breathe here. Feel that activation again in the arms. Always the option to lower the knees if you need to, but you got this, stay strong. Focus on the breath. Notice if you're holding. Here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, on the 1, lower as slowly as you can down to the belly. Beautiful. Inhale, cobra, lift the chest, pull the elbows in. Relax the glutes, relax the legs. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, pressing up to a tabletop or a plank. Exhale, back, downward dog. Inhale, right heel lifts high, three-legged dog. Point those right toes down towards the bottom left corner of the mat, balance through the hips. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it forward, plant the foot in between the hands. We lower our left knee down. Inhale, looking forward, low lunge. Checking in with the hip flexors. Deep breath in, look forward. On the exhale, pull back through that right hip, straighten the right leg. Fingertips can stay anchored down to the mat, just pointing and flexing through that front foot. On your next exhale, roll back onto that right foot, plant the left hand, lift the left knee, big inhale as you twist, open up towards the sky. And exhale, hand comes down, beautiful. Step it back, high plank. Pressing away, nice and strong. This time you have the option to lower down all the way to the belly or slowly halfway chaturanga to upward facing dog. Flip on the feet, look forward, hips are lifted. We'll meet back however you want to get there in our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, left heel lifts high. Point those toes down towards the bottom right corner, level out through the hips. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it forward. Low lunge, knee is lifted on the right side. And when you're ready, stepping that right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up and back. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold down. Plant the hands. Inhale, left foot steps back. Keep that knee lifted this time. As you inhale, rising up, high crescent lunge. Check in with the back leg. See if you can bend it slightly just to bring the hips a little more underneath the spine. And when you feel good there, then you can start to straighten through the back leg. Nice and strong here. Fingertips reaching up, thumbs reaching back, arms by the ears. Inhale, big stretch, look up, stretch the belly. Exhale, bending at the elbows, open up through the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend, open. Can involve the legs. Inhale, straightening through the front leg. Reach up with the hands. Exhale, bend through that knee, bend through the elbows. Look up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale, stay strong through the legs. One more, inhale. This time on the exhale, bend and plant that back heel. So we're in a warrior one, elbows are bent, chest, heart shines forward. And then we'll bring our hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, pull the thumbs, the knuckles away from the back body. Inhaling, look up. And as you exhale, nice bend through the front knee, lead with the heart, coming down, humble warrior. You can just look down in this imaginary reflective pool below your gaze. You can bring the crown of the head down towards the mat, doesn't need to touch. Maybe that right shoulder is snuggled in next to your right knee. And it's okay if the palms start to separate, but maybe you can actively work to press them together. Notice if you're curling through the toes. Try to relax. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift your way back up with those hands and then release the bind, arms come up. Exhale, palms come down to frame the foot. And stepping it back, high plank. Beautiful. Pressing away nice and strong here. Your option for a flow, if you want to go belly to cobra or chaturanga to upward facing dog, we'll meet back, downward dog. Deep breath here. Inhale, left heel lifts high. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up. Exhale, bring that knee forward and in. Plant the foot, left hand between the hands. Inhale, we rise up high, crescent lunge. Check in with the back knee. Find that micro bend. And then extending the leg. Relax the shoulders down the back body. Inhale, reaching up with the arms, the fingers. Exhale, bend and open through the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbows bend. Inhale. Exhale. With the legs, inhale, straighten the front leg, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend and open. Keep moving. With your breath, stay focused. One more inhale, reaching up. On the exhale, bend through the front knee, plant the back heel. Adjust your stance if you need to. And then we'll bring our hands behind us, interlacing opposite thumb on top. If you don't remember, it's whatever side feels a little weird. Palms pressing together. Inhale, lift the gaze, look up, slight back bend here. As you exhale, lead with the heart, humble warrior. Stay strong through the legs. Palms pressing together, uncurl the toes. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifts you back up. Release the bind, arms come up. And exhale, hands plant down, step it back. Take a flow if you'd like, or just send it straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel lifts high. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips, opening up. And exhale, knee hugs in. Plant the foot, low lunge, back knee is lifted. And stepping that left foot forward, forward fold. Beautiful job. Make the feet a little wider, as wide as the hips. And grabbing peace fingers to big toes, or just grabbing opposite elbow. Taking whatever bind helps you release some tension through the back. And we'll release the bind. Inhale, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Arms and head are heavy until we come back to stand. Heel toe the feet in together. Beautiful job. Breathing here. Arms at your sides. Just observing the sensations developed throughout your practice. And we'll bring the arms parallel to the mat. You can open your eyes. Inhale, lifting up onto the toes. And then exhale, bend through the knees, drop the seat down all the way. Hands come to your heart. We're hovering here. Nice little toe stand. And then with control, nice and slowly lowering onto our mat, onto our seat. Beautiful. We'll sit at the center of the mat, opening the legs nice and wide. You can bring one hand in front, one hand behind, just to kind of scoot your way forward, finding your comfortable maximum here. As you inhale, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, that left hand comes to the right top of the thigh. So we've got this kind of seatbelt situation. Inhaling, reaching up nice and long through the right arm. And as you exhale, bending the side body towards that left leg. It's okay if you can't grab the foot or the leg. We're just trying to really anchor through our right sit bone and reaching up and out with that top arm. Maybe your gaze comes towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Stay with your breath. Inhale, coming back up through center. Inhaling up with both arms. And as you exhale, that right hand comes to the top of the left thigh. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, bending through that right side body as we reach towards the right leg. Arm is pulling up and out away from that left sit bone. Gaze towards your armpit or towards the sky. Another deep breath in. And exhale, coming back to center. Take one more fold out in front of us. Inhaling, both arms reach up. And exhale, try to keep the back nice and flat. Arms towards the ears. And when you can't bend any further, bring the hands down. Round through the spine if you need to. Forward fold. Deep breath in. Long breath out. On your next inhale, walk the hands back through center, grabbing the backs of the knees to bring the feet in, crossing the legs. And we'll end where we began in this nice, comfortable seat, hands resting on the knees. Taking a deep breath in. Open the mouth, big cleansing breath out. Bring the hands together at the heart. Thumb knuckles to the third eye, that point between your brows. Inhaling. And exhaling, bowing to yourself, your body, the practice. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.